This gonna be my second video in the series that I'm gonna start called "Being Woke is a Blessing and a Curse." First of all, I wanna go on the definition of being woke, and basically, when you woke, you can't never go back to sleep. That's one of the rules, but really, it's not really a definition. But I can't really give you a definition. If you woke, you gonna know, because you find that there are a lot of people who claiming they woke, especially a lot of black people, and you find that they claim that they're woke when in fact they're more in a coma than a person who's not even claiming to be woke. And you can always judge a person by their actions, not their words. Because a lot of people saying they woke, but their actions is showing different, right? But being woke, first and foremost, once you woke, you can't go back to sleep. It's not an option. Like, it is what it is. Next thing about being woke is you can't force nobody else out of their sleep. They gotta wake up on their own. And mind you, being woke is something that God have touched you and let you know it's all God. God get all the glory, and let you know, look, this is what it is. Not what you've been taught. This is what it is. But anyway, the next thing about being woke, not only can you force nobody to wake up, you can no longer see things as what they supposed to be. You see them as they are. When you woke, man, you can't even date anybody. For example, for me, I'm 33 years old. I had 3 girlfriends my entire life. Beautiful individuals inside out. I don't have nothing. I'm not gonna come on here and dog them out. But what I will say is they wasn't compatible with me. They were sheep. And you find that majority of people, I would say 75 to 85% of people in the world today, or maybe 75 to 80, because a lot of people been waking up, but 75 to 80% of people in the world today are sheep. They believe whatever they're told. They don't question anything. If the government say do it, they do it. If everybody else doing it, they doing it. They don't question. They never sit back and say, wait, hold up. They never do that because they not woke. They sleep. They zombies. And if you know about a zombie, zombies just walk. They have no destination. They just walking. Their only destination is to get in contact with a person who is not a zombie, so they can in fact bite them, and then they can become a zombie. Which is, in this world, that's how people are. Everybody follow us, and what they do is they find somebody, whether it be their children, their friends, or people they work with, or whatever, and they bite them with the bad information that they've been fed. And then this person, if they not woke, they gonna believe that they automatically now in the zombie zone, in the sheep zone. So when you woke, like I say, for me it's all blessings. But some people, when they first beginning to realize that they one of the woke chosen people, it can be, like, reason why I say it could be a blessing and a curse, because you can't date anybody. You get in the wrong relationship with somebody and you woke and they not, they gonna look at you as, they might think you crazy. They might even think you controlling, because you gonna be like, look, we can't go here, we can't do that. Not out of fear. I'm just saying, like, for example, I want to find a good example. We could go where we want to. You could do whatever you want to do, but it's like, I don't want to do what everybody else do. You know what I'm saying? When you and by you being a person that's woke or chosen, and you get with a person of the world, it's automatically. That's why the Bible speak about being equally yoked. It's automatically gonna be a conflict of interest, because it is, you look at life from a critical standpoint, a real life standpoint, and this sheep that you date, or you married, worst case scenario, you get married and reproduce children with this person, and they are sheep, and they put this sheepism on your child, versus you trying to be critical thinking and put that in your child, it's going to be an oxymoron, and it's going to be confrontation. It can cause divorce. It can cause a lot of different problems in your life. So when you're a woke individual, you have to be mindful of the friends you choose, the relationships you get, and everything. Like I say, most people in the world are sheep. And the next thing I'm about to say, it might hurt a lot of people, it might step on some toes, but it's the truth. The biggest sheep in the world are black people. Black people, they are the type of people where most of them, not all, but most of them, you can have a picture right here in front of a black person, right? The average, not all, but most. You can have a picture of something and show it to a black person. And you could have somebody who on the side who talking real articulate, they entertaining. Black people are very gullible. And they will not look at that picture and they'll listen to what that person saying because the person sound good. It depends on who the person is. That's another thing about black people. They worship people too much. You know what I'm saying? So they'll see a person and because they like the person, they'll go by what he's saying. He or she, maybe not they like him, don't know him, but because they speaking articulate, they entertaining. When the picture is right here telling you this is what it is. But that person is telling you lie, but the way they telling it to you is so articulate, so sweet, or however you want to call it, they will believe that. This is what's wrong with the black community. One of the many things that's wrong with the black community. Case in point. You had President Trump, who was in office for 4 years, who represented the Republican Party, and he made black community and doing for blacks a priority in his campaign, and he delivered on everything that he said. And let me get this out for you right quick, just to see a few things, because I want to make sure I'm clear, because I got this wrote down. But black people were taught to hate Donald Trump, right? So this is what I was saying about how black people will listen, but what they was right in front of their eye, they won't believe it. When you deal with people like President Obama, clearly he did nothing for black people. He didn't even try. But because he looked the part, he was black. He looked the part. He talked very nice, very sweet. He was well, and he was accepted by all the people that black people like to identify themselves with. They accepted him, even though he did nothing for them, right? But President Trump, who did a lot of black people, made us a priority, and also for the next term that he was supposed to get elected for, he had a lot of other things for us too. When President Biden and Kamala Harris was asked, what do y'all plan for the black community? The first thing came out of both of their mouths, especially Kamala. First, I heard her. I don't actually remember what Joe Biden said, but I remember Kamala when they asked her, what is your plan for the black community? Kamala said that first and foremost, America is first. She didn't even address that. And we know she's been missing in action. But so here it is, you got a guy who come in, a white guy, who really, actually, you want to be honest, he had no reason to do anything for black people because he came in on a Republican card. We all know blacks don't vote Republican. Blacks are the only race who is not diverse in voting. This is your boy Joe Biden quote. Blacks are not diverse in voting. They vote 90-some% Democrat year after year after year when Democrats never did one thing for black people. They are the founder of the KKK and the founder of the Jim Crow laws. They did pass the Civil Rights Law in 1964, but that's it. And that really wasn't nothing. If you look at my videos, I got a series called Why Civil Rights Movement Was a Big Mistake. Go check that out. So they really never did nothing, if you want to be honest. Now, President Trump coming, right? Now, like I say, black people, they very gullible. And although you can have action right in their face, if you have somebody on the sideline who talking real articulate, sound important or whatever, they'll believe that. And they'll go against the grain. President Trump came and he made black people a priority. And he came straight in, signed the First Step Act, released 7,500 prisoners, 91% black. He gave $45 billion to HBCUs, historical black housing university, even put an office in the White House for future administrations to take care of these people, while all these other administrations, including Black Obama, made these black schools beg for money. And mind you, side note, Joe Biden just recently, a couple months ago, cut that $45 billion to $2 billion. Nobody said nothing about that, but I will. So, also he invested over $100 billion of capital in opportunity zone, which is the hood. And what that means is, for y'all to understand, is he invested money into big companies so they can put their businesses in these low income areas to create jobs. So let me read this to you guys. I kind of gotta see the stuff that I just said. Let me put my glass on. The stuff that I said, this is all the stuff that Trump did, plus these things I'm about to read to you. And because of all the stuff he did by putting over $100 billion in opportunity zones, putting over $100 billion in capital, which is invested in opportunity zones, so they can put businesses in the hood. This is some of the things that besides the thing that I just told y'all, this is some of the things he achieved. Achieved the lowest black unemployment rate in history. You can look all this stuff up. The black youth unemployment rate reached an all-time low. Achieved the largest job gain for African Americans on record. Black Americans saw the largest increase in home ownership. The poverty rate for African Americans reached the lowest level ever recorded. Lifted 6.6 million people out of poverty, the largest poverty reduction of any American president. Now mind you, this guy is not even a politician. This is a president, a businessman who ran for president because he's a leader, and he's seen all these other presidents with cheerleaders, and he came and did these things. Now mind you, he did all these things for the media, the rappers, and all the people that the black community look up to, told them that Trump was racist, Trump was this. So even though they had the fact in their face, they didn't believe it. They went with what the people said, and we paying for it as not only as a race, as a country. We paying for it right now. This is also what President Trump had planned for his next 4 years, which he got cheated out of. Increase access to capital in black community by $500 billion. He had already did over $100 billion. Now he was going to raise up to $500 billion. 3 million new jobs for the black community, creating 500,000 black-owned businesses, creating 500,000 new black-owned businesses. Safe urban neighborhood with the highest policy standards. Commit to working on a second STEP Act. The first STEP Act released over 7,500 prisoners with 91% black. Released over 7,500 prisoners, 91% black. Committed to working on a second STEP Act. This is what he was going to do the second time. Advance home ownership opportunities and enhance financial literacy in the black community. More education opportunities that black Americans can afford and choose. Bring better and tailored health care to address historic disparities. Immigration policy that protects American jobs. Access to better education and job training opportunities. Onshore manufacturing and access to advanced jobs and development opportunities for black-owned businesses. These are the things that President Trump was about to put in place for the next election. But going back to what I said, the black community, which is the biggest group of sheep on the United States of America, followed. The picture was right here for them. The picture that I just painted for you guys, and a lot of other people was painting, especially a lot of black conservatives like Candace Owens, Angela Stanton King, and yet they didn't care about that. Cardi B was supporting Biden. The media, of course, was supporting Biden, and that's what they went with. A whole bunch of people who talk like them and make what they saying sound good. They went over that, over the action. Action speak louder than words. Trump put his money where his mouth is. So, like I said, man, the name of this video, and the reason why I started, and the reason why I was just up this morning reflecting and thinking about how you just gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with being with a sheep. Even in a situation like that, for example. You know, like for me right now, what I know, all the stuff that I know, being a woke individual, being a chosen one, I'm single, I'm waiting on a wife, and she gonna have to be compatible with me. We're gonna have to be compatible with each other. I can't date anybody, because if I do, they gonna think I'm tripping. A lot of people, even family, but a lot of females stopped dealing with me because I supported the President Trump, because I understood at the right time. Because I never really cared about politics. I'm a dude from the hood, you know what I'm saying? I never really cared about politics, but I got involved because I was like, I had this, this businessman, not even a politician, doing all this stuff, and Obama didn't do nothing for us. Or he didn't even try. He didn't even sign no executive orders. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, sometimes being woke, it can be hard on you, because you got to see stuff for what it is. And sometimes seeing stuff for what it is going to make you lose family, friends. And if you, like I said, if you're in the wrong relationship with somebody, it can make you lose your spouse. And if you got a kid with this person, that's going to affect you, and it might make you want to bow. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't bowing, you know what I'm saying? Not me, man. But like I said, I thank y'all for taking y'all time out to watch this video. And man, if you woke, stand strong, you know what I'm saying? Because remember, God woke you up. So don't take that lightly. Don't take that for no joke. Don't take that for no joke, man. Bless y'all. God bless y'all. To God be the glory.